Good evening. Welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Mine. I'm your host. Apologies for the late start. The weather is a mess.
Yep. I had a lovely shower at work before I left work, looked outside and went, I'm going to have another shower.
Yeah. Anyway, good evening, Miles. How are you?
Good evening. Congratulations.
Oh, don't worry, we're going to get there.
I might as well get it in soon enough. You know, it's an elite competition, an elite cup when Man City and Arsenal are fighting for it, but when Newcastle win it, it's just another trophy, isn't it? You celebrated like you won the Champions League on Sunday. It was great.
We did. Do you want to see all the photos?
It just sums up how important that competition actually really is.
There was me and someone, Nick Jackson, from our 1894 group on Sunday.
Good lad.
Happy guys there. Look, and there's the old. Let's see if I can get this. I've got some videos. Second, they get away. Second again, O'Reilly! Second again, O'Reilly! Second again! Second again! Second again, O'Reilly! Sorry, just the feeling.
Turned into one of those YouTubers, haven't you, who films when he's at the game. I'm disappointed, Martin.
No. I had a couple.
Never find a phone out when I was at the. I never had any videos when I was at the cup final.
Hey, I mean, we don't do our team either. We don't boo our team and have fights with oppositions beforehand.
Excuse me, there was no fighting.
Do you want to see the videos? I've seen it.
There was no fighting.
On Magpie TV, and Matty's got them all on there.
There was no fighting.
Throwing bottles at.
That's not fighting. That's not fighting. They were throwing bottles at a bus.
What is it then?
It was out of order. That's what it was.
It was out of order.
But there was no fighting. Oh, Scotty, come here.
You don't get out of that. Good evening, Scotty. Good evening, Ed. How are we?
Nope, still can't hear you.
No, we can hear you, Martin. He's just messing with you. Right?
No, he's not talking to me. He's talking to Scotty.
Oh, he's talking to Scotty. I just want to
there he goes.
Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola.
This was the man that you were like having to fight to keep in a job at one point, wasn't it? Through this season, the amount of people.
Oh no, that's only the idiots are saying Pep out. Only the idiots.
See, but at least that's not in our stadium, like some places, right? You know,
we're not doing it in the stadium, mate. We don't do that in the stadium.
Wasn't in our stadium either. Nobody in the ground once Eddie Howe. Might be.
I've seen all the Newcastle channels. They were showing videos.
Yeah, but they're idiots, though, mate. Come on. No offense, but they are.
I know, but no, you can't. We're doing banter at the minute, by the way.
They do it for clicks. That's the problem. Whatever's trending, let's do it.
Good evening, DC. Good evening to Bingy Wong. Loads of people in the chat. Lee Gates, Ash is here. I think Scotty sorted out his issues.
I think I'm back.
Hey!
And it doesn't sound crackly at the moment.
Yes, Mo Salah is leaving.
That is mental, isn't it? That is mental. Cancelled his contract and they could have got 100 million for him.
But why negotiate 400 grand a week when you're doing that?
I have no idea.
It's crazy. Good evening, Scotty. Hello. If you are from Three Black and White Eyes, please say hello and let us know. I presume we've just been raided by people I don't know. Only the numbers have just jumped by 200. Oh, yeah, LBs. Thank you for the raid, LBs. Thank you very much. I was finishing up LB and Amos and Hugh's stream. Evening, Nick. There's the guy in the photo. How's your head? This poor guy did a lot of work pre-game, every game, and then he got knocked over and banged his poor head on the floor on the second goal.
That's a good story, though.
Do you know the thing was the funniest thing though about it is the guy. I'm like, "You all right?" And there was a guy next to him, and Nick will know what I mean. He had Nick in a headlock. Well, I'm like, "Are you all right?" And Nick's like falling over, and this in a nice way. But he's got him in a headlock, and I'm like, "Are you all right, Nick?" Yeah. By the way, congratulations to Kushinov and his wife on the birth of their first child.
That's a young story.
Martin, what did we tell Baz last season? We told him what did we tell him about the Carabao Cup?
That it was only on loan.
It was only on loan.
I told Baz that back in, when was it? April, June. I said we were coming for it again.
You did. You won it. Congratulations.
Yeah, I got my final. Big up, Dars, for the Samaritan links. Teal is with us. So go on, while I'm just saying hello to everyone, we'll start with the Newcastle because you've had a rough week. You've had a bit of a rough week. So tell us about your rough week. What's going on?
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I've been at work.
No, you've been causing shitstorms on Twitter and don't deny it. Just because I don't go on there a lot don't mean I have a little scour now and again. And my God, I was sick of reading your name.
Are you one of those spies, are you?
Your name just kept popping up.
Wow,
like, what is going on?
Right. It's frustrating. The Barcelona game.
I tell you were frustrated. You were like two-footing people. My God.
Metaphorically, obviously.
Yes, metaphorically.
Yes. The Barcelona game was very frustrating to watch because for 45 minutes we were toe-to-toe with one of the best teams of the world. And then we came out in the second half and got destroyed. And it shows you how far we've come, but also still how far behind we are to be able to compete at that level. But people are saying it's not progress. And I'm thinking, well, hold on a minute. We're in the Champions League 2 years ago and we never got out of the group stages. We're in the Champions League this time when we get to the last 16. That's progress. And for a club that's had a turmoil summer, I just find the people who whinge and complain and think we can go to the new camp and win and it's a divine right to go there and do that, I just find it boring. I mean, Martin, we've been supporting our teams for a very, very long time. We've seen the crap. We've seen relegations. We've seen promotions again.
I've seen more crap than your lot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been to FA Cup semi-final losses. I never got to the finals because my brothers went, but I've been to 2 semi-final losses, a Charity Shield loss. You know, I finally got to see our club win a trophy for the first time in 70 years. It's the pinnacle. It's what we've all dreamed of. And now that we're at that promised land, there's a lot of fans think we can just and carry on going. It's not how success works. Success is backwards and forwards. Sometimes it's 2 steps backwards before you can go 4 steps forward again. So a lot of people need to calm down. They need to realize we're in a transition again, unfortunately. But the derby day. I mean, I hate derbies. I love them, but I hate them because we should be the favourites to win them. And again, in the first 45 minutes, I thought we were going to beat them. I thought we were very good in the first 45 minutes. Had we scored the second goal like we should have, if Botman's header was the other side of the post and it goes in, different story. If Murphy had just been sensible and put himself back on side, that goal stands, we win the game. But we don't, and then we fall apart again. And I tell you what, if you want Tino Livramento, you can have him for 60 million.
No, we've moved on.
No, you can have him.
No, we've moved on now.
No, you can have him. Because that guy is costing us time and time again. I like him, but I'm bored of him falling asleep.
Whether it's us or whatever, he looks like his head's somewhere else now. He looks like he's on the verge of doing an Isaac, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. He's down tools.
It's a tough one.
You got to admit, though, he doesn't look at it, mate.
But he did against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. We won that game 1-0. We were solid in defence. We didn't look like anyone was going to get past us. So, what's
But this is the thing that, like, we're seeing with other players, though, to be fair, right? Like, any player that's coming back from injury and that type of injury, they're going to have some games where they look good.
Yeah.
And they're going to have some games because this whole season, he hasn't had a full stretch of games, right?
Yeah, but you don't lose your man in the last minute in the box the way you did.
Yeah.
There was 3 defenders in front of Broberly before that ball was crossed. 2 of the players got taken out because of the cross, which they shouldn't have in my eyes. And then Broberly runs around Tino Livramento, who doesn't even look over his shoulder, doesn't even put a challenge in, lets him score. It was very poor defending. And he's getting caught out of position too many times now as well. I don't know if that's because the midfielder losing the ball, but we're seeing a pattern every game now where there's a big gap between the defence and the midfield because we play with 3 8s. Sometimes all 3 go at the same time, and that leaves a big gap. Then this is where we miss Bruno so badly. And we miss Tonali because Tonali reads the game so well, he would have sat back and let the other 2 go forward. And then that then negates that big gap between the defence and midfield. So it's the intelligence of the players in midfield not following the tactics properly. You know, Eddie Howe can set the team up, give the tactics, give the speeches, but if the players don't deliver it on the pitch, that's, you know, it falls on Eddie Howe at the end of the day because he's the manager, but the players have got to have a very hard look at themselves and say that wasn't good enough. And that second half, I mean, the whole club, the ground, everything was off for me in the second half. And that's where I had my rant because there was so many empty seats before the ball was kicked off in the second half. And when you're at a derby, you don't hang around in the concourse waiting for the first 5 minutes to pass. You get back to your seat, you cheer the lads on. And that's how I've always been. When I go to a game, I don't miss a minute unless I need a piss. And obviously, that's a big problem sometimes when you're getting old.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, I will just say this: big up Fogger. I think you weren't a member, mate. That's weird. Maybe it's run out. I don't know. But big up, mate. I hope you are well. I was going to email you to make sure you're all right because I know you haven't been around for a while. But I hope you're good, Foggy. Thank you so much for your continued support.
Let Scott have his say on it.
There's a lot of people saying Eddie in from your side. I'm not going to say
they're sensible.
No,
Because
I've said my bit, Baz. I'm not going to go 2 feet again. But
Martin, let me come in here, right? Let me come in here, right? Because
there we go.
that Barcelona game, you know what Eddie Howe did? Eddie Howe matched the worst defeat for English manager with Gary Neville. That is what Eddie Howe did at that Barcelona match. Gary Neville held 7. Eddie Howe held 7 at Camp Nou.
Hold on a second. The Gary Neville result was 7-0. Our result was 7-2. So we actually got beat by 5 goals. So that's not the same as Gary Neville, is it? Also, by the way, Chelsea got absolutely spanked off PSG and actually had a worse aggregate score than we did. And they've spent £1 billion on their squad.
Yeah.
So are you telling me that it's all because of Eddie Howe when Chelsea got absolutely spanked by a team that Eddie Howe has not been beaten by? And we're talking about the European
Martin, he took the bait. He took the bait.
I didn't take the bait. I am giving you facts. PSG beat them 4-1, drew with them 1-1 in their ground, and drew with 1-1 in their ground again. You just come with a poor fact.
Going from 1-1 to 7-2. I'm just saying that's a massive swing.
Why when are you two just going to get a room? I would just get a room and go on stage and sort this out.
We didn't have the players that we had available against PSG, available against Barcelona, and that is our problem.
Scotty was confident you were going through. I did tell Scotty, I think Barcelona will be too strong.
The thing is, though, if you don't go in confident, what's the point in going in?
Exactly.
You know, I'm never not going to go into a game confident. What's the point? If it's like a lot of people have said, like Alan Shearer and all them said, "Oh, you're going to beat the Mackhams." If you can't have our legends coming out saying, "No, I think we're going to lose," it's just going to rile the fan base. It's never going to happen. Do you know what I mean? You've got to go into games confident. I thought we're going to go to Camp Nou and possibly come away with one. We went a shock. Happens.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Don't forget, guys, you went out at the same stage as us.
Yeah. With better players. Better bench.
More money spent, better bench, better players.
Yeah, but I mean,
taking the bait now.
See, this is the thing, right? Like, we talked to Baz all season.
Ed, don't get involved. They don't know what a title race
Martin, I want to get involved here.
They don't know what a title race
the whole
looks like.
season, right?
Yeah,
and Martin, what did Baz tell us the number one goal was for the season? Was it UCL or was it the league?
Well, for Newcastle.
What did Baz tell us the whole point for him and Newcastle was? It was the league, right?
Was to try and qualify for the Champions League again. Yeah.
So I know we're trying to compare here, but I think it's not a good comparison.
Well, it is a good comparison because you spent a hell of a lot more money and you want to win the Champions League and you failed and you went out at the same stage as little old Newcastle United.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling here, right? I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling.
Ready to win the Champions League.
Oh, and there you are.
City weren't ready to win the Champions League. City, I watched this competition. Yeah, but I watched this competition enough, Baz and Scotty, to know you've got to have. Our squad strength's not ready for the Champions League this year. It's not.
Well, if yours is nowhere near ready, look at the difference to our squad. Then we were no right to even get to the last 16.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's where you see the league, though, right? I think that's where you see.
I don't think Arsenal win the Champions League. I think Bayern Munich will win the Champions League. Bayern Munich are playing.
Yeah,
they look amazing.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree.
But I think the thing is, it's great doing leagues. When you're in the league at a Champions League, it's different. You can play that like the Premier League a little bit. When you get to the knockout, this is why Real Madrid. What's Real Madrid and PSG? It's like they go in second game in the group stage, and for 2 years running, they're all going into the playoffs, and then all of a sudden they get to the knockout stage and they go, all right, we're going into fourth and fifth game now. Yeah. Madrid do it every single year. Madrid take the piss.
They love the competition.
Games.
Yeah, but they love it. They know what they're doing.
This is the problem with it
every single year.
Yeah, this is the problem with it. The Champions League is a very weird competition because I think there's 2 stages to it. There's the first stage that everyone competes in, this little league table, and then it goes back to the old knockout, and everyone starts changing it up then. I think that's just part of it.
I don't like it personally. I like the old format.
Trouble is, everyone's competing to get first, second, and third when you don't
means nothing
need
really
to be there.
No,
it doesn't actually help you. We got a harder draw than you did.
Yeah, well, come on,
But in the playoffs, you got Carabag.
Yeah,
in our playoffs last season, we got Real Madrid.
Yeah, but more. I think it matters more. I think it matters more to English sides because you don't have the extra games. Just because
that's the issue
set up on our side with the scheduling compared to other leagues. So I think that's the only advantage you have for English side for top 8, really.
It's the advantage, and you also have the second leg at home.
Yeah.
That's obviously a big thing. That can be.
I'm not a big component of this new Champions League thing.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I love it. I'm not gonna.
No, I don't like it. There's too many. I just think it's unfair on some teams because you're not all playing each other. So how can you class it as a league? You know, to finish in the top 8, you've got teams playing different teams. No one plays each other. I don't know. I just don't like it. I prefer the old format.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's when it's more of a knockout because including the league games, every game's important. At the moment in the Champions League, you can finish what is it? Something like 24th, and you still get into the, a knockout.
Well, that's exactly what PSG did it last season, didn't they? They finished near the bottom and went on and turned it all on and won it to the end.
Exactly. That's why I don't like it. I prefer the old format where there's only 4 teams in your group. Every game matters because you got to fight to get in the top.
Just ignore Ryan. Is a little bit. He likes to show a bit of xenophobia. Does Ryan Boss? Likes to show a bit of xenophobia. He doesn't like anyone outside of England for some weird reason.
Strange, but yeah. So I prefer fighting for your place in the top 2, and then you go into the knockout stages, and then it becomes even more crucial. It was a much better format then. This new format is all about money. And it's been great for us because we've made something like 74 million euros just from the Champions League. And that doesn't take in ticket sales and match day revenue and all that sort of stuff. So it's been well worth getting as far as we did. Would have been nice to get one more win because we could have hit the £100 million barrier, which would have been even better. But I'm proud of our team. For all the injuries and all the flack and everything that we've been getting, to get to the last 16 was still pretty special for me. And we got to a semi-final of the Carabao Cup. And we also got further in the FA Cup than we ever done for 15 years. And if that's not progress, I know the league form's been a bit shite, but the league's not finished yet, so we don't know where we're going to finish yet. So I'm not going to comment on the league until it's done.
There's no point in me because I've gone through this 1,000 times with you both. I think Eddie Howe's taking you as far as he can go. It's my opinion. That's what I think. I think he's taking you as far as he can go. I think this season's going to come back to bite you in the ass, and
possibly,
I think you're going to end up losing players, and you won't buy better players in the summer. And I keep saying it. My other issue is your owners look like they don't. And I get it. The owners, as our owners do, have bigger fish to fry right now in the more open world, shall we say, that we won't go into on a football channel. But I just think the eyes come off the ball and it could damage you long term. You're already behind the 8 ball. You don't need to.
We are. And the reason why we're behind the 8 ball is because we never had the backroom staff in place that we should have had in the summer. That's the reason why. We've gone through too many backroom staff where you guys didn't. You had a settled,
No, I get that. I get that, Baz.
It's huge.
I just think you're going to lose your better players in the summer. I think they will move on. Livermento's showing that right now when he's playing. Tonali, you know yourself, has given more indications he's ready to walk and go now.
He hasn't, but his agent has. And his agent might just be doing it to try and drum up the interest to start a bidding war. But Tonali will only leave if he goes back to Italy.
Tonali, I wouldn't rule that out, mate.
I've
told you this once ago. It's a real thing.
Yeah, to Italy.
Italy won't pay the money, whereas I think City will.
But he won't go to City. because his missus wants to go back to Italy. I don't know how many times
I bet you 250, 280 grand.
Elton Wellesbury, who
Right.
is on TV, he knows Tonali's agent. He spoke to him and said his agent said he wants to go back to Italy because his missus wants to go back to Italy. He's not going to move from Newcastle to Manchester. If he's going to move, he moves to Italy. If not, he gives it another season.
You can tell Elton,
and also, Tonali also came out in the Chronicle and said, I want to be part of the leadership team at Newcastle next season in the group of players.
So if he does leave, would that be a betrayal? Would that be worse than Isak?
No. Isak was the worst thing that ever happened to us.
No, I'm just saying because the whole gambling stuff and everything like that, along with that, if he does go to another Prem team.
That was his personal life. The simple fact is we lost.
By the way, sorry, Baz, can we keep it respectful in the chat, please? Thank you.
Isak was our top goal scorer for 2 years in a row. Then we lost him on the last day of the window. Anyone with any common sense who knows football knows that losing Isak was the worst thing that ever happened to Newcastle in that summer.
Should you have got rid earlier? In hindsight,
no, because we weren't given the fee that we wanted. And if we did get rid of him earlier at a smaller fee, it makes us look weak. Liverpool were only offering 105, I think, was the total that was being branded around 100 plus 5.
And that's 100. No Italian team's going to afford Tonali. So
there might be a way. There might be a way. There might be a player swap in there potentially. You just don't know.
So where's he going to go?
Well, I'd probably go back to AC Milan or Juventus.
That's where
I think. So which player swap from Juventus and AC Milan's going to roll into Newcastle?
Don't know. Just have to work that one out, won't we? Chow came.
No. You know what
I mean? It's not for me to decide on that. I'm not looking at that side of things. But it's a silly question at the moment because it's not happening. But if Tonali wants to go back to Italy, there's a deal to be done somehow.
Well, I can tell you from the City end, the interest is real and he's showing interest in it.
Well, see, you said this about Bruno and look where he is.
I told you about Trafford.
You said this about Tino and look where he is.
I did say about Tino and there was contact. I told you about Bruno. And if City had done the release clause, you know, Baz, he'd be in a blue shirt right now.
Exactly. So cough up for Tonali and you can have him. But I don't think he'll move.
You name everyone on. You stick. I had this thing with Scotty 2 weeks ago. You stick 3 figures in front of everyone.
100%.
Tonali's 80 million
when we can knock on your door. So I'll tell you what. You want James Shepherd, 100 mil.
Okay. You want Tonali, we'll have 200. There's your swap deal.
Yes, swap deal.
Personally, I would say, like, if you want a real figure,
if you're not in Europe, no good player from Juve and Milan are rocking up, mate.
You don't know. You don't know that. Bruno came to us when there was no Europe.
He came to us when we needed relegated.
Exactly. And he didn't put a relegation release clause in his contract either. He would have actually went down to the Championship and stayed with us. Strange that, isn't it? Trafford.
No, because I think there was promises made then.
Trafford and 50 million for Tonali. I think that's a good deal.
Trafford and what?
50 million.
But see, this is Trafford.
I'll tell you.
Not bad. That's not bad. But this is the thing, though, right? Like the players that you got, the Cowboy players, you guys are going to go for now. You guys are competing with other teams.
You don't know that.
So you think a player would choose you guys over United, over Liverpool?
Depends what's on offer, and I honestly don't know. But people turned us down for Man United, and they weren't in the Champions League because they offered more money. It's time for our owners to now look at how they can offer bigger wages. Because if we offer the bigger wages, players will still come to us. Yeah. Not just because we're in Europe, but because we're offering the right wages for the right price. So it's the problem we've got is our expenditure. I don't know how it's going to work. And I'm sick of people saying, oh, we should just spend what we want and take a slap on the wrist like Chelsea have got. It's never going to happen. Chelsea have been slapped on the wrist because they've been done by the old rules. Because it was back, 2015, wasn't it, the allegations?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can't punish Chelsea on the new rules because the new rules weren't in place back in 2015. So if we did what Chelsea did, we get absolutely battered off the Premier League. So it's not even a question that we can go and do what they did. Yeah. And they'll make an example of us.
I did see Dan the other day on yours. I just need to correct Dan, if he's watching. City, the PSR rules came in after Manchester City, not before. City got taken over in 2008. The PSR or whatever rules came in 2012, 2013.
Yeah, but they tried to put them in to stop you from.
No, they came in 5 years later, though. It was to stop another set. No, I know. Dan said we'd done that. We hadn't. We had free spending for 5 years.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I think what he said was it was to stop another City, but I think he said it in a different way. I can't.
Yeah, no, the way he said it was City had broke that rule.
No, but you've got 115 charges from somewhere, which again we've all talked about, and I don't think they'll stick. And I think you'll get
because it's backdated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah, exactly. And Chelsea got
5 charges backdated over 10 years.
Yeah,
hence you get 115.
Yeah, which is.
But the trouble is because the media don't say that.
No, they spin it how they want.
Talk about that. Yeah. It gets span of 115 charges, but no one ever says, unless you go deep into it, you never hear about it's backdated over 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the way accounts are run. You always forecast a year in advance. Yeah. So what they're saying is you got that year wrong, where you broke the rules, so you broke the last 9 years.
Yeah, exactly.
But no one talks about that. No one talks about how 38 charges of them are non-cooperation.
Yeah, exactly.
No one talks about any of this because it doesn't sell papers. It doesn't clickbait anyone. And this is the thing that City fans get annoyed with. It's sheer ignorance because they read a back page. They read a back page or they hear a click on Twitter.
And then they think they're an expert. Then they think they're an expert, and they think because they see the title of 115, they think it's just like I said, this is why I never talk about it, and why I never
don't get me on that, Nick.
Bring it up. So
and we're going to talk about that later on Friday. The Donnarumma Trafford stuff at the minute is stupid. People have turned on Donnarumma, and some have turned on Trafford, and it's stupid.
Why would you turn on your players? Like, you've got one world-class goalkeeper, 100%, and you've got Trafford, who could potentially be, and what I don't want to call him world. I don't think could he be world-class? Maybe, but he's quality, and he's shown his quality.
Cycle of where like the same thing happened with Rodri and Nico G. Nico G had a few good performances. Everybody was like, "Oh, is he better than Rodri? Should he be playing over Rodri? Should Rodri be brought back into the team?"
I want to bring something up, by the way, because I thought
what have you done for me lately? Go on.
Yeah, Robin van Persie, world-class striker. Would you agree?
Yes.
Erling Haaland as the best Premier League striker. I don't see him as one of the top 5 best Premier League strikers, to be honest. He has played 7 finals for Man City and scored 0 goals, yet he's considered elite. It's sad in today's football, player rated mainly by goals. He also struggles with link-up play and often scores against smaller teams. I like it when someone backs me up that he's a flat-track bully, and I've been saying this for months.
Wait, how many goals does Van Persie have in the Prem?
Good question. He's got a lot.
No, I'll fact check this right now.
You need to fact check. I honestly don't know. But he scored a lot. But then you look at the teams that he scored them against as well.
So he has 144 goals in the Prem. Haaland has beat him in 3 years.
Yeah, but look at the teams that he scored against as well, though. And it's a different era.
And Haaland has the highest goal percentage in the UCL.
Yeah, I just find your love for Haaland saying he's the best striker in the world but he's probably not in the top 5 for an all-round striker.
No, I said best finisher in the world.
But is he?
For me, yeah.
I question that. I really do. Honestly, I do. When he plays against the top teams in finals, against
Can you tell me a team he's not scored against?
We scored 1 against us.
Scored against every single team in the Premier League. So I don't know what Van Persie's talking about. Van Persie's talking absolute waffle there.
He's played the game.
But that's what I mean. No, don't just people are just lying now just to suit it. Erling Haaland has scored against every single team in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's been in it long enough.
Who scored at Anfield, Baz?
I don't know. I didn't watch the game.
Who scored the winner in the Bernabeu in December?
Didn't watch the game. I don't know.
Oh, right, exactly. This is the point. No, Erling Haaland.
But when I watch Erling Haaland, when I do see him, I don't see enough. I didn't see enough in the final against Arsenal.
Who scored an hat-trick in the derby a couple of years back? Erling Haaland.
Yeah, that's against Man United. Right. Even Asula scored past them.
There is one team he hasn't scored against in the Premier League.
Oh, there we go. Go on.
Sunderland.
There you go.
Come up this year, Jesus.
But he's played against them twice. He's played against them twice. That should be enough for a world-class elite striker to score past the Mackhams. And what were the scores in those games?
And by the way, yeah, he also dragged his country to the World Cup. What? Don't do that. Let's not do this.
Flat track bully, mate. Flat track bully. He's just another look.
But like his hold-up play, this is my issue with Haaland.
He has got better, to be fair, though.
His hold-up play was excellent on Sunday against Arsenal.
Yeah, it's got
he
better.
Was bullying Gabriel and Saliba on Sunday. Bullying him.
Do you want to know why you won that game on Sunday?
Because we were fucking epic.
No, because Pep was a genius.
We already know Pep's a genius. I don't need to.
Wait, Baz, say that again?
In the first half, you looked a beaten team in the first half.
Give over.
No, you did. It was all Arsenal when I was watching it.
They had 15 minutes. What are you watching?
From what I saw,
from
what I saw, Arsenal were the team pressing. And then in the second half, he made a tweak. And he said, do not press the Arsenal back line with the ball. And you stood off them and you watched them play the ball side to side. They hadn't got a clue what they were going to do with it, how to pass it into midfield, how to break through years. And that is when you won the game, when they started panicking at the back because they didn't know what to do with the football. But it was brilliant from Pep.
Listen, that's right. I think 15 minutes, I'll give you Arsenal. After that, it was all set. Semenyo tore him in the first half. And even Arsenal fans were saying that. Semenyo was tearing them apart in the first half. They were begging for the half-time whistle, begging for it. They were begging for it because the only chances they had was the triple save from Trafford, from Havertz and Saka. Trafford did nothing after that. It was all City. We destroyed them.
Just when I saw it, it was all Arsenal when I was watching it.
We were singing boring Arsenal and taking the piss all through the game at them. Because when it changed was when Hikapi got bought, Semenyo had the freedom to go at him then.
But I just love that tweak that Pep made. I thought it was a brilliant tweak and the right thing to do. Just let them play around the back. Let them have no way out. And that's how they lost the ball a lot and how you gain control high up the pitch quite a lot of times. Great work.
Because I'll tell you when it was, funnily enough, I said the first 15 minutes and Hikapi got booked on the 16th minute.
Did he?
Yeah. And that's when it changed. Foggy, now he's found it. Member for 33 months, big up, mate. And then it's gifted 10 memberships, so big up to you. We are going to do a giveaway this week where I'm going to give away the Carabao Cup final program. So that will be going to one lucky winner, the Carabao Cup final program. Now you can add to your collection and might be, a little keepsake.
Somewhere.
A little keepsake for future.
Got your signatures on it?
Pardon?
Got any signatures on it?
No, I was too busy celebrating.
Chuck it in the bin then.
Too busy celebrating.
I
was going to ask you a question, but
Go
you
on.
went 8 weeks ago. Scotty was talking about this.
Go on.
Obviously, Barcelona fans in your end in the Champions League.
Horrible. Hate it.
Fucking hell. Milk cartons is here.
Do you want to know
Who's
why
this?
he's here? Because I'm here.
Who the fuck are you? Excuse my language.
All right, Pat.
Would you like
We don't tolerate that sort of language here at the Mancunian way. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
good evening?
Yes, greetings to all. Hope we're doing well. Baz, always good to see you being on here as the voice of reason and common sense.
Thank you, pal. It's
Yeah.
great to see
I
you.
will
Don't
have
do
to
Don't
slightly
do that.
disagree. I will have to slightly disagree with you though, because I thought the cup final was cagey, at least for the first 20 minutes. Maybe Arsenal had the ascendancy just a little bit, but
Mhm.
I think we held our own perfectly fine. The big one too was that playing that horizontal front four whenever they were in possession deep in their half as well too, because all they had to, we cut off all the passing lanes
Yeah,
and
you
they
did
had nothing except to just keep blasting it forward and hope for the best. So it was really well done.
Yeah.
It was, job well done. It was played really well. I get what you're saying. Arsenal just had it over us just a little bit in that first 20, but after that, it was smooth sailing.
Yeah. So go on, Barcelona fans. I
Go on.
told you this was coming. I warned you
did.
this was coming about
You
3
did.
years ago.
The thing is, I can't complain about it because I know our fans going into the Barcelona end, going into the Chelsea end, going into other ends. It's happening at all football grounds. It happened in the Man City game. There was people trying to get Semenyo's signature with Man City shirts in the Newcastle end.
Yeah. That was what upset Scotty actually the most, wasn't it? About Newcastle fans getting City autographs.
But this is the problem with the ballot system that Newcastle United brought in. There wasn't a ballot system until the new owners came in and decided to do it this way. It used to be go on and buy a ticket, first come, first served. Now it's put into a ballot where there's loads of ticket sales sites, got loads of memberships, buying up tickets and then flogging them on for ridiculous prices. And it's rife in football across the whole Premier League. So, but I can't complain about other fans being in our home end when I know our fans have done it as well. I know our fans have gone to Champions League away games and sat in the home end because they couldn't get an away ticket. So how can I sit here and belittle and say it's not right when our own fans are doing it when they're going to away games as well? So shit. Pardon the French, Pat. Sorry.
By the way, the memes and the tweets and the videos I've seen on Ryan Cherky today.
Do you know what it is?
He
That's
has found every
ridiculous,
fucker
isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous. So what? He did a couple of keepy ups. I mean, Jesus.
No, it was
Christ.
also the feigning the injury as well.
Oh, that was funny. That was
that's
actually hilarious.
Like I said, it's one of them. When it's for you, you love it. If it's against you, you're calling him every name.
Of course you do. But again, and I'll say it again, how can you complain about that when your own players do it as well? You know what I mean?
Everyone does.
In the first 15 minutes in the game on Sunday, Sunderland were time wasting. Like taking the time, taking goal kicks, passing it to the defender.
Kepa was time wasted.
Just let me finish. Right? So passing the ball backwards and forwards, we were complaining, right? We then go 1-0 up, and then Dan Burns started copying what Sunderland were doing. So, we both did it in the game. It swings and roundabouts. It does my head in. The referee has to clamp down on it properly. There's all these ideas that they want to bring in next season about stopping time wasting, but I think they're all crap, to be honest with you. I don't know if you've seen them or not.
Yeah. By the way, what I have seen is we're only on 63 likes and there's nearly 200 people watching. Come on.
Jesus.
Come on. Let's get them likes up.
Get it that 115. You know the drill.
115 at least. 115. Yeah. Martin Arsenal fans forget the Robert Perez Henry penalty. Yeah, I was at IB that day, mate. When he did, it was the first time anyone had ever done it in the Premier League. That tried to dick around on
the passing it.
Yeah, when Perez tried to pass it to Henry, he was like, "What are you doing now?"
But again, it's why not? They were a team that were flying at the time. You like to try these things. poetry sometimes, football, isn't it? You want
Trouser is part of football.
exactly.
100%.
It is what it is. But no, I mean, I was going to ask something else. Where am I now? Anderson. House captain had a question. That was it. He wanted to get Scotty's and Bazzy's thoughts. It is.
Go on, Scotty.
Would you
I'll let you.
recommend Anderson to City, and would they like him at the tune in place of ?
I'd take him back tomorrow. The Geordie Maradona, absolutely. Wish we never had to sell him. Basically it. Bazzy, any other thoughts?
Would love
I'd
him
love
back.
him back. Yeah.
In place of when he'd squad depth, so no one's allowed to leave.
Exactly. This is it. Yeah. That's why I can't think of Joe
You know what I
Willock.
mean? Yeah, Willock can leave.
Willock. Joe Willock.
Yeah. To be fair, when we've got everyone fit, our midfield is very, very good. It's just they're not always fit. That's the problem. Anderson is a quality player. He needs to add goals to his game, though, if he really wants to be an elite player. That's what he's missing at the moment, and he is capable of scoring goals. I think he's only scored, what, 1 or 2 for Forest?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so he needs to... I don't know why he doesn't shoot more often. But again, it's the instructions that the players get, isn't it? Don't shoot from 25, 30 yards because if you miss, we lose the ball. Keep it and retain it and try and work your way around. It just does my head in. Football's dead.
I mean, I was going to say there's some news. The Anderson deal is progressing very, very nicely. Very nicely indeed is the word I got. Very, very nicely.
So if Anderson's coming, you're not getting Tonali, are you? What's the point in having both?
Because we need.
What is the point in having both?
Because we're going to lose because we're going to lose 2 midfielders in the summer.
Yeah.
So you're losing Rodri
and Bernardo.
Where's Rodri going?
I think he'll end up in one of the Spanish top clubs. Sadly, I would like him to extend, but when the contract's been on the table for months and months and months, it's not exactly an ideal situation.
So now it's 50 million Trafford for Bruno.
So you're basically dropping 180 million on 2 midfielders. Must be nice.
I mean,
if you're going to cheat properly, you know what I mean?
No, see, me and Martin always have this conversation, right? Because, Martin talks about how the club likes to stay between that 50 to 70 rate. And we always talk about you're gonna have to go above that for the caliber of players we want now in this market. So
you say that though, Ed, but I mean, how many times have we been quoted prices by the media and then you find out that the transfer fee wasn't even close to that? We've had a few like that, and it's like the only way it ends up being less than what we think it is because it's
Good evening, Rose.
Mark Gay, for example, everybody's convinced it was going to be 35 million to get him out the door at Palace. Viana pulls strings and gets him for 20.
And that's the point Nick Jackson makes. Rodri, Bernardo, Kovacic, Ake, Kanji, and Stones are all probably going.
Oh, no, York are losing.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of... there is also interest in Hume Lloyd from Sporting.
Hjormund or something from Sporting.
Yeah, Sporting.
Him. The Tonali one, I think, will be on price because I know City ain't going to pay 100 mil.
Yeah.
So the Tonali one is the one up in the air. The Anderson one, I think the Anderson one will 100% happen.
See, it's weird you pay 100 million for Anderson, but you won't pay 100 million for the person who kept them out with the team. And why?
I bet Anderson's about 70 mil.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Don't know if Forest aren't getting relegated now.
Well,
had they gone down, I think the price would have been around about that. But now they're staying up, he's worth a lot more to them. Morgan Rogers is a player.
It must be nice. He's one of the best answers given.
But guys, I gotta jump. I gotta head to this work thing. Pat, it's great to see you back. Hope everything's good with you, mate.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, things are all right.
Enjoy your speed dating, Ed.
Well, one of us, have a good one.
I enjoy long walks on the beach.
Big up, Ed. Cheers, mate. Martin, I heard from TalkSport
Yeah,
that
mate.
Foden may. I said, no.
Foden won't want to move from City. He's a City boy.
There's going to be no
Yeah.
transfer request. I think Foden could probably do with a change of manager, if I'm honest with you right now.
That's not going to happen either, is it? And is Pep walking or not?
I've said it publicly. I think Pep may go in the summer. Yes.
That's going to be an interesting turnaround.
And I think the guy we're going to get is not the guy I want, but it is what it
Go on.
is.
Who do you think you're getting?
I think we'll end up with Maresca.
Ooh.
Oh,
It might work
It is
out.
what it is.
It might work out. You never know. We'll take Pep.
I think Pep goes on to do international. I'm hearing.
Well, I have heard he wants to win the Winter World Cup or whatever. He's got
Someone
to
said
win
to
48 for
me,
that,
someone
though.
said to me today, don't rule out Argentina. A bit of a weird one.
Manage Messi again for a little bit.
Argentina, Italy. There was three.
Is
Italy.
Messi retired from international football yet, or is he still playing for Argentina?
Oh, he's still playing.
I wouldn't
Still
rule out
playing.
I wouldn't rule out the Netherlands. Do it for Cruyff.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule out Pep coming back
Do
one
it for his,
day.
do it for his mentor who never got to win one.
Coming back in a CFG capacity with New York or whatever. But it's one of them. I don't think right now is the time to announce anything. It's
Well, no,
just
'cause
going
yeah.
to get as best we can, see what happens.
Still got a chance of winning the FA Cup.
Listen,
Hasn't
if he does, it's his choice. Listen, if it was up to the board, they give him a 5-year deal and say, "See you," and we crack on.
yeah.
No, I'm not part of the question got asked, so I answered it. It is out there in the public domain. It is out there. Can't ignore it because Ornstein, Jack Gorn, everyone's got it. Everyone has got it. So there's no smoke without fire. It is what it is. Look, listen, if it was one or two, like a National or something, well, when every single top journo in the country has got it, there's something behind it. It's poor, it's not good. I don't know. It's shit. It does. But to me, I think that's why I was so emotional about Sunday and why I enjoyed it so much, because I think he deserves it. And listen, for me, this season's far from over. I still think we could win the FA Cup. The league, I'm not mentioning until I've seen us play Arsenal and Palace. If we beat Palace and we beat Arsenal, then it's a conversation again. I'll open up the conversation about winning a title. But until that happens, I'm not going to gas everyone up until we're on a title race and then we go and get beat by Chelsea.
We need the team to make it a conversation.
You need to beat Arsenal. If you don't beat Arsenal, you don't win the league.
Yeah, it's not even a conversation at that point. So there's no point in having the conversation until we do that. Then we can have a conversation. Because the Palace game, by the way, I've had it confirmed, they are looking around about April the 29th for that. So you're talking nearly another 6 weeks before we get into the Crystal Palace game.
That's a bit weird. Like I thought they'd certainly bring that a bit further forward.
No, they can't.
Because haven't you got wait?
the
the weekend before that we played Burnley away, and if we beat Liverpool in the cup, doesn't the next round of the cup affect that fixture?
I'll have a look now.
To me, it just sounds like they're just trying to. Because I would assume that they'd probably move that Burnley fixture to another day or another time. That's just too much bunching up again. Now that we're out of the Champions League, it gives you the luxury of more weekdays.
Yeah, well, the Burnley game, yeah, because it's going to be looking at that week. There's Burnley game, so they're probably looking the Wednesday. So they're looking at that Wednesday.
Yeah, which is a shame because that's a long weekend here.
No, at the moment, that's what they're penciled in at. Obviously, they will make that decision as they're going along, and we'll see. But the Burnley game gets cancelled if we beat Liverpool anyway. because then it's FA Cup semi-final weekend.
That's right.
So that Liverpool game, then this is what I mean. It's very weird. We've still got a lot of balls in the air at the minute that we're juggling around because of different competitions. Baz, we'll start with you, Scotty. What is Liverpool? Liverpool.
Baz, we'll start with you, Scotty.
And
then he says Liverpool.
Yeah,
Your
what
time
Newcastle?
and
What are
your time
Newcastle's
starts now.
expectation? Because I was listening to all the Newcastle shows in the last few days, and there's a lot of chat of, and I know Baz, you and your channel are on your own hill at the moment, and I love you. I love that you're there on your own at the minute. That you are the last guy standing on this, but there's a lot of chatter. You are, yeah. I'm being serious. You're the last ones now. Everyone's gone. Everyone's gone to Eddie Howe out. There was talk of if they could get a good manager in now, they'd let Eddie Howe go now and have the new manager settling. Because hasn't there been a comment of it is going to be reviewed at the end?
How many have given a name?
Oh, well, the names, well, they were talking Maresca on one.
But there you go. Anybody else come? Any other names?
There was the guy at Bournemouth.
Areola, sideways
Areola.
step.
Glasner.
Sideways step.
Mods, can we just get rid of the spammers again, the back? Thank you.
I would only get rid of Eddie Howe if an elite manager was coming in and he had an open checkbook. Scotty?
Me, I'm going to die on that hill, mate. He's got next year for me. I don't care for me if Baz, Dan, any one of them go to Eddie Howe out until the end of next season, whatever happens, and I know they won't. I die on that hill. He's got next season for me. He needs the backing of the board. He's got now everybody at the top that he needs that need to do the business for Eddie. End of next season, that's when I judge him. And I die on that hill.
There you go. Sensible people.
So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just getting rid of the idiots.
Sensible people. Sensible conversation about Eddie Howe at last.
No, but
I'm sorry, but like,
everyone.
But I don't know why. Because right, I've put out on Facebook a link for tomorrow to either Eddie Howe in, Eddie Howe out. We're going to have a fans forum about it, and every single person's in, one person says out. So you only hear the Eddie Howe out people if you go looking for them. There are a lot of other people online who agree with us still that Eddie Howe is still the right man for this football club.
Who would you get? Right, let me just say, Eddie Howe.
Okay.
Just continue this. Who's your guy?
Well, it's got to be someone who's going to take it to a level quicker than what Eddie Howe's taken us. But he's got to have money. This is the problem. What manager would come to us is the other question you've got to ask and you've got to look at, because it's okay to fly out names like Zinedine Zidane, Jurgen Klopp.
Doesn't want England.
But this is what I mean.
What about Xabi Alonso?
Xabi Alonso, another name. But he's off to Liverpool, apparently. So
there's one I would take, but we're not going to get him.
Go on.
You're not getting Guardiola. Sorry, Scott.
No, there's only one, and it would be the Aston Villa manager.
Yeah.
Oh, Emre.
It's the
but then again,
but he didn't come when the times were hard, so it would kill me to have him.
Yeah.
It's the one I would have, but it would kill me to have him because he didn't come when times were hard. So he'd be under the cosh straight away. He bottled it. Yeah.
And he's complaining at Villa now that he's not getting the backing and the financial side of things to be able to push his team on forward. He's just going to walk from Villa into Newcastle and have the same problems.
Exactly.
So people forget this. People aren't looking at it rationally. That's the problem. We've got a squad that's starting to age now. We've got one of the highest aging squads in the Premier League. We've got to get rid of the likes of Trippier, Dan Burn, Nick Pope. We need a goalkeeper fucking desperately, really, when you think about it. Then you've got an issue with the strike force. We bought Johan Wisse, who would have been perfect for us until he smashed his knee before he even kicked the ball. And now
What
he's
do you make
struggling
of
with his
Mrs. stuff over the weekend?
stupid.
Could have done it privately. Very
Should have done
stupid.
it privately. Read the room. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? 10 minutes after the game and he's doing
I
it.
don't know where this handburn comes from. Little City are going to struggle.
I'll tell you who's another good manager who
We
I
won
would-
leagues before that handburn. We won leagues before Pep walked in, mate. Do your research.
He's got Saka Ballon d'Or in his name. Like,
Yeah, he's got Saka Ballon d'Or,
Don't
which
be-
just
yeah.
says everything.
I'm trying to find
Saka
the name.
shit is what he is.
Sebastian Hunnub, how do you pronounce his name? Stuttgart manager.
Yes.
I think he's very good.
What about Fabregas?
yeah, don't rule out Fabregas. I saw that comment.
No, because he's only done it with Italy and with money to spend.
But you are going to have money.
We haven't got the money that like a big elite manager would want. I'm not. I think Fabregas potentially could end up at Arsenal at some point.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Look,
hang on.
I get a
How much
Como or an upstart club, but they don't exactly have the riches in Italy like they used to.
no,
You still got to be a little bit you got to be a bit financially savvy in Europe, in Italy, because if you didn't, Italian teams would be way more competitive in Europe. Simple.
why can't Newcastle get big sponsorships? It's very simple. We're not in the Champions League every single season, and they put the ATTP rules in place where we can't just sponsor ourselves, as in Saudi company sponsor Newcastle as much money as they want to, because it's same party ownership. It's the rule they put in place to stop Newcastle United from being the next Man City. And that has been confirmed by the ex-CEO of Aston Villa Football Club.
Yeah.
So shit happens.
And
But
see,
no,
I'm just,
Stuttgart manager, he's the man. If Eddie Howe goes now, he's the man I would want in. Nobody else.
see, my thing is, Newcastle do have money. You do have money if you do it correctly, because you could have 200 mil. This is my thing with this money. No, people now think money is Liverpool money, spending $500 million in a season. That isn't going to happen. That was a one-off. Roughly, the average is about 250 mil.
Yeah.
That
Is
you got
250 mil going to replace 6 to 8 players?
no, but that's what I mean. It's
That's
going to
the
take a bit
problem.
longer.
Exactly.
No, but if Enrique walks in at your place, or if Enrique walks into our place, he's not getting $500 million.
No, but he's getting more than what you just said. You're going to be spending 180
You spent more than us in the
million.
summer. You spent more than us in the summer.
Because we sold Isaac.
No, it doesn't. But Baz, this is where people forget about Manchester City. We are 7th on the net spend, or 9th. We sell to buy.
Yeah, now you do, but you didn't.
You always
got
have.
yourself
We were second.
into-
We were
no, no,
second
no,
behind. We were second in Europe behind Benfica before the last 3 transfer windows.
You've got yourself into a luxury position where you're able to do that. When you first got took over in those first 5 years, your net spend would have been absolutely ridiculous, and you know it.
I'm going. Yeah, in the first 5 years. but I agree
Exactly,
with you.
but that first 5 years has let you kick on
But Baz,
so
like,
far
to be
ahead.
honest, mate, you've got to learn to sell. You won't sell.
But we will sell, but we can't. We don't. We've got.
We haven't got the assets.
Exactly.
But you have. You won't get rid of. You won't let them go.
But if we
then
let
you've got to replace them.
that's the problem.
You've
You've got to remember, though.
that's what you call working the market.
Yeah, but we.
So
And
in
I
that
think
case,
we
in that
learned to do
case,
it.
Martin, in that case, I think well, if you look at it logically, you got to look at it in a way where maybe Newcastle don't have to look at who they necessarily who they sign. They need to look at who is particularly assigning those players. You need proper scouting. I'm going to say you're going to need a bulldog like a Hugo Viana, someone who's going to go in there and get you the player that you want and find a way to get him at a cut price cut price rate as well too. That's what you need to do. What Newcastle need to look at is they need to look at you're drawing a fine line between basically trying to be competitive with England's big six, but at the same time you're also operating in a similar way to like what a Borussia Dortmund would work as well too. Because if you're going to bring money into the club, you're going to have to scout young, proper, upcoming talent and they either stay at the club and they try to bring you success, or if they don't, you sell them on 5 years later for 10 times the price of what you bought them for.
And that's what we're looking to do.
And scouting and correct back office staff is the way you go about that.
Yeah.
So it's not just necessarily what you put on the pitch; it's also what you put in the boardroom as well.
Yeah,
but it's not.
But also,
just
if you look at our under-19s and under 21s is shocking. Right, we've got like maybe 1 or 2 potential talents, but then you look at under-19s, 18s, 17s, 16s. That's where all the hard work has been put in recently.
Yeah.
Is starting to fill those squads, which we've never had because Mike Ashley neglected for 15 years. So we're playing catch up, but we're doing it slower than what the fans want, because all that talent that's going to come through will either break into the first team, or like yourselves in the past, they'll get a few first team experiences, play in a few cups, up the value to 15, 20 million, and then you flog them on, and then that's how you end up beating PSR. But that's going to take years. It's going to take at least 5, 6 years before you see the fruits of that labour. And that is our problem. So you say to us, sell an asset. The problem is you sell Tonali for 80 million. You've then got to go out and sign another midfielder for 60, 70 million to replace him. And you're just back in the same place.
There are good players out there, Baz.
There
I get, for me, it's the wages issue you have. Sadly.
Well, it is, because it's the squad cost rotation that's coming
your
in.
sales, Isaac you did through gritty teeth. Really, you didn't want to do the Isaac sale.
No, we didn't.
So say Isaac doesn't happen, your major sale was Callum Wilson.
No, Minter.
No, but that was because of PSR. You didn't. No, I'm talking about you.
We didn't want to sell him either, but we had to. That was 35 million.
No, you can't do Isaac. You can't do Isaac, Minty, and Anderson because they were forced sales. Forced. You've got to learn how to trade in the market of getting rid of a Livramento. Say you sell Livramento at 70 and you bring in like an Olivia Reed for 30. That's working the market.
It's a big if, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. That's the gamble.
The problem is, if we get rid of Tino, we need to buy 2 right backs because Trippier's contract runs out at the end of the summer.
Yeah, but we've had this debate for years, Baz. You know, my issue is Newcastle don't seem to ever want to sell anyone. Everyone's not for sale every time you go near them.
Yeah, but we don't want to sell our best players. Why would
you're never going to buy them?
Why would we want to make you stronger and make other teams strong? And this is the other debate we always get. Newcastle is shit, but yet every single top 6 team wants to buy most of our team. Yeah, but this is what we get online.
No, I don't. Well, like us, we bought Julian Alvarez at 15 million quid. We sold him at 90.
Yeah.
It's working the market.
It is working the market. We bought Minter for.
Why can't you do that?
How much did we buy Minter for? Was that a couple of million? If that
wasn't much, it was a couple of mil, wasn't it?
There's the profit margin there. We can work the market. The problem is that we were trying to buy players to go straight into the first team. That's not working the market, Martin. That is trying to give the fans what they want quicker than what we should have done. Buying Tonali wasn't working the market. Buying Tonali was buying a player to go straight into our first team and to stay in the first team alongside Bruno. Tino was for the future. Lewis Hall's for the future. Do you even think we're going to sell Lewis Hall? He's probably the best left back in England.
No, I agree. But like us, we had to sell Danilo. We got Cancelo.
Yeah, but you're saying to us, sell your best player and then work the market. It's like, why would we want to do that?
Because that's what every team in the Premier League has to do.
No, they don't. You don't have to
Villa do it. Everton have done it. We've done it. Everyone sells.
Eventually.
Everybody sells.
Eventually. But when we want to sell, the football club's not in a position to let someone like Bruno go. You've seen how we fall apart on the pitch without him. Tonali fell apart on the pitch without him. You can't just sell your best players and then say, go and work the market. You've also got to have that strategy to be able to... Well, who should we sell then?
For me, right now, I would look at Tonali or Livramento.
I'd say Harvey Barnes.
Well, what are you going to get for Barnes? I don't think you're going to get more than you paid for him.
He's now in the England team, 40 million, 50 million.
You wouldn't get much if you tried to sell him to Europe, but if you're within the Premier League, you'd probably get.
How much did you pay for him?
I think it was 40, 45.
So you've got 40, 45.
It was a 35.
How long is his contract?
Not sure. Probably a couple of
So
years.
say
3
that-
years left.
It's like us with Grealish now. We paid
Mhm.
100 mil, been 5 years. If we sell him at 35 million, that's now pure profit because we've amortized his 100 over that
Yeah, yeah.
time. And on the books, so it's now 35 million pound profit.
Mm.
Now, that's what I'm saying. You've got to be a bit, unfortunately, and this is what this is the problem with PSR. I'm not saying PSR is not a problem, but this sometimes you have to let somebody go. Liverpool had to
2028
sell,
it runs out.
Liverpool about to sell big players. City have, United have. People have to sell them at some point. What it is about is, I suppose,
You
this is
don't,
where
you
the
don't see
scouts come in.
Liverpool selling
See,
McAllister or Ekiteke or
No, but they went
Szoboszlai.
and sold. No, they did. They went and sold. It was the winger they sold in the summer. Went to buy him.
Luis
Yeah, but
Diaz.
Luis Diaz.
wanted to leave though. That's the difference.
But
He
some
wanted
of
to
your
leave.
players wanted to leave, and you said no. You're not letting them go.
How do you know they want to leave? If you actually heard that come from their mouth, not going down the agent route, man. They don't. Personally, I think this summer.
Obviously,
way
I've
is
turned
the-
up late, but we've obviously
no,
have we
no,
mentioned anything about Salah leaving?
Yeah, that's crazy. I think it's
Yeah.
Okay,
hilarious.
we're gonna get to that. Do you know my issues? And I get it.
To me, because I know
I
he
get
extended for 2 seasons, but to me that sounds like to me that sounds like Liverpool want him out so they can get more profit. They can get some profit. They can get some profit in to make up all the spending they did last summer.
Yes, yeah.
Well, he's
Makes
on
sense.
the-
Listen, I'm not
Sounds like
saying
that to me.
Newcastle haven't had their hands tied. I've said that. You 1000%. But I just feel as an outsider, listening to you, Scotty, all the other Newcastle, it's like you're playing a little game you're playing us against the other 19 clubs. And sometimes I feel like we're not selling because you're not going to tell us we have to sell. We'll do it when we want. But then on the other hand, you're going, but our PSR is not as good.
No,
So you're kind of doing this double-edged sword. You're playing the stubborn card for me.
the problem is as well, though, is we sell our best player. You guys can sell your best player, but you can offer the wages to get somebody in who's going to be better. We can't do that yet. We sell our best player. Our wages can't attract again.
Then you're always going to go backwards, Scott. You're never going to move forward.
You know,
There's two players I'm really worried about leaving in the summer, and that's Tino and Gordon.
Gordon, perfect one.
But I love Gordon. I'd rather sell Barnes.
No, but that's my. But you've just proved my point, Baz. I love Rodri, but I know we've got to sell him in the summer. I know.
Yeah, but
And trust me, mate, you've never had a Rodri on your team, and I'm even got to say we've got to let him go.
we never had a Roger. We've got a Bruno.
No. Oh, you know what I mean?
They're not the same sort of level.
No, they're not at the same sort of level. I'm going to bring you some glasses. Bruno can't smell a Ballon d'Or.
the only thing is, I agree with that bit. We do sell, if we sell Gordon, and I know, Baz, it's hard, but sentiment has to go out the window at some point.
It does, but we're talking about the player who's our top scorer. Again,
But
losing
we
our
do,
top scorer again.
We won't let him go for free, mate.
To me,
We're not gonna
I'd let Tino go. I'd keep going.
I'd let Tino go now, definitely. I'd let Barnes go. And then you've also got to look at letting other players go. The problem we've got is we need a clear out. And if you're going to do that clear out, you can't lose your best players as well at the same time, because then you're talking about replacing 11 players.
Yeah.
We can't do that in one summer.
No.
Teams don't do full squad resets in one summer. Yeah.
Exactly. So
I think you let Tino go, Barnes go, Willock, Asula.
You let Andy Cole go, and you got better. It's happened before.
Yeah, because we could spend the money.
Selfie.
back then.
No, I know. I'm with Scott. You're in the center. You are where. I keep saying this to you privately, Baz. You are where I was 5 years ago. You're on sentimental road, and I'm keeping all of these, and they're not going. They're not moving.
I'm looking at the team and going, we've got Trippier, Kraft, Byrne, Pope, Ramsdale, potentially Asula, Willock. There's 7 players potentially going. Who's replacing those 7 players? Then you're going to talk about Tino, Gordon. There's 9 players gone from the squad.
Neil said you've lost him at the Bruno and Rodri same level. That's going to come back and slap you in the ass, that one, that bastard.
You know how good Bruno is. That's why you chased him.
Yeah, but he's not Rodri level. Come on. That's like saying Callum Wilson's up there with Ireland. What are you doing? Don't say it.
On it.
Don't even dare open that kind of word.
Oh dear, flat track bully.
Yeah.
9 players, mate. 9 players if you include 2 first-team players that are going to leave. We cannot replace all them in one summer.
Nah.
Do you know what the trouble is you've done? And the only beauty and honest for me, you messed up 2 or 3 years ago when you didn't let, what was it, the likes of Callum Wilson go probably a year or two too late.
Yeah,
He was the other guy. He was the other guy who was sat on 100k a week and you just kept loading him everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, Matt Target.
Hayden as well. Hayden was another one that we couldn't get rid
all
of.
that shit with who was the winger?
Fraser.
No, we went to
Almiron.
US. Almiron.
Miguel
And it's like for me, Newcastle have kicked the can down the road so many times. The can's now come and caught back with you.
The problem we had is we didn't sign anyone for 5 windows.
You did it, but you bought a Sula.
5 windows, mate. We didn't sign anyone.
Sula came in. I keep having this debate. You put money down for a Sula. You can't just ignore him because he's crap.
Yeah,
You can't just ignore him. You
He
can't.
tries to. He tries
I know
to.
he's trying to ignore him.
We signed loads of under.
Oh, you're going to ignore him when he's got the winner again.
I'm talking about producing a first team player in a window. 5 windows we went without signing a first team player.
But why haven't you set up an academy? Why haven't you got?
We've started. This is the thing.
You haven't. You've
We
stuck
have.
an image out, and then it's gone quiet again for 9 weeks. You stuck one image out, and
No, they do have an academy. They're under
We do
18s
have an
and 4th.
academy.
They're
Not
under
an
18s in the top 4 in the league.
training ground.
A new training ground is what you're
Yeah,
talking
but
about.
you stuck. That's the other thing people are saying. You stuck one photo out, and it's gone quiet again. For
No,
3
they're
months.
under 18s as 4th, currently the top 4 in their league.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is why I keep saying to you, the fruits of our
So
labour
that's
will
not.
be
Yeah,
seen in the next 5
that's
years.
the sort of stuff you can't put in a photo album. Okay.
No, part
Yeah.
understand.
Oh,
that,
and by
but
the way, too, Baz, Ryan Fraser. Do you know where he is now?
No.
He's over here at Western Sydney Wanderers.
Is he?
He's doing well for himself. He's played 6
after
games, scored
5
4 goals.
years, this is where I'm questioning.
He scored twice as many as he
your-
did it. He scored twice as many as he did at Newcastle.
Do you know what it is?
Right.
I want. What it
Ron,
is for me,
how long does it take for planning permission to go through to not only buy the land, to get it through the land registry, and then to put spades in the ground? How long does
I
it
don't
take?
know because we don't get told. We get
Exactly.
told when it's already happened.
Exactly. So we know it's going to happen, but we've got loads of hoops to jump through at the moment.
Yeah.
Same with the stadium. The new stadium will happen eventually, but there are so many hoops we've got to jump through to get it to happen. So
But that
You
stadium's
tried to-
going to take 3 years to build. So
Exactly.
you're willing to wait another 3 years.
we have to.
And then you won't get the fruits of that labour for another 2 years after it.
This is why I keep saying to you, it's going to take a long, long time to get where we want to be.
Why is
This
your
is why
DOF saying 2030 then we're going to be
Because-
this, that, and the other then?
he likes to talk shite, doesn't he?
It
Well,
was a shite.
this is my point then. Yeah, this is my point of, I think I've said this about Caldoon. People just need to shut up and just go quiet. I know it's frustrating for fans, but when you put a time limit on something,
Mhm.
everyone goes, well, you told us by 2030 we're going to be competing with the league.
It was stupid to say that, but he's he's stupidly over promising and hoping we under deliver, but we under deliver close to where the promise is. So that
Yeah,
means
yeah.
we've got better, and it's not going to work like that. Not in football.
Spot on.
Which is a-
That's what I mean. I'm frustrated. I'm not even a Newcastle fan, so God
It
knows
is
how you
so
guys feel.
perfect for us.
Yeah.
Again, I'm too sensible and old.
I'd be
to
pulling the
pick
hair
up.
out with your owners by now.
Why?
Your owners, I'll be pulling hair out by now.
Why? Did you not see
I
the
just-
last 15 years under Mike Ashley?
I think that's
Are
the
you-
difference, Lucas. We've been through that.
Exactly. People will always say you should. Well, that's 5
We went
years
through
ago.
cracks and shot and water.
You did, and you should be grateful where you are.
And I'm not having to go to Stefan, by the way. I'm really not having to go to Stefan on that one. I'm really not, if you're listening, Stefan.
I'm going to message him that.
He's going to be like, Martin was slagging you off on your taxing deal.
I have unfortunately got to an age now where I can see further back than what most Newcastle fans can and want to, some of them. Now, I know Mike Ashley was in the past and that we shouldn't have to bring it back up again, but we do, because for 14, 15 years, we were nowhere in any cup competitions. We were trying to survive in the Premier League so Mike Ashley could spend £25 million a season on the squad and get free advertisement because he owned Newcastle United. Now, look,
the frustrating thing is, you right now, I'm saying right now, as of the 24th of March, you're back where you were when he left.
No, we're not.
Steve Bruce had you in 14th. I've checked.
Did he have us in the last 16 in the Champions League, in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, and into the 6th round of the FA Cup?
With the cup just won last year.
With a cup just won last year, and also another Champions League campaign before that. See that narrative there, just saying, well, you're in 14th.
No, I'm thinking, Baz, I'm thinking for you for money. With respect, FA Cup 6th round gets you no money, ain't going to improve your PSR.
It doesn't matter. It's progress.
So that's what. So now you can't complain about the slow progress off the field, then, because
I'm not.
You're happy with the journey of a 6th place quarter final or whatever.
I'm not complaining about it. That's the problem. I understand why we're in the situation we're in. It's the other.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I suppose, are you happy? Again, back to what I said.
I'm grateful.
Years ago, are you happy with the journey, or do you want to get to? I don't know. Do you want to get to the destination?
Well, it would be nice to get to the destination finally, but it's the journey that's the most important ride, isn't it? What builds character.
Andrew's got a question for you too. Has Alfie Harrison done anything, or has he just fallen off?
Got injured. He's finding his feet in our under 21s. But again, like I've said, our under 21s aren't very good. Under 23s. It's the lower. That's where our talent's coming through.
Do I think you'll get clarity on that in 3 weeks?
Scotty and Baz, I'd probably say you guys do enjoy the journey. The problem is that you wake up every morning, the Premier League and the Red Cartel has left that car on bricks.
Yeah.
Simple.
It's a slow journey.
It's a slow journey.
Do you know what's going to be the best thing that's ever going to happen to the Premier League is Spurs?
Edge back, Baz.
That work was fun.
God, I'd love to see Spurs go down.
Or did the Spurs, did the speed dating
obviously, as an Australian, the way they treated Ange. But
exactly.
I would love to
never
see it.
And this is the other thing for all those fans.
I'll be supporting West Ham more than I'll be supporting City for the end of the season.
But this is the other thing for the fans who want Eddie Howe out. Right? Everyone looks at Aston Villa and says, oh, that's what we should be. That's how we should be running. Emery would be the perfect manager for us because he's able to handle 3 games in a week. Yeah, Emery will be able to. He's won the UEFA Europa League how many times? 2? Was it 2 times in a row with Villarreal? He's got experience.
Hasn't he won it with other clubs as well? I'm sure he's won it like 3 or 4 times, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's 3 or 4. Yeah.
He is very astute.
Go to the Europa.
Yeah, he's very astute at being able to handle 3 games a week, where Eddie Howe's not yet, because Eddie Howe has only had 2 campaigns in Europe in his whole career. He's learning on his feet, right? Then you look at Spurs and you look at West Ham. West Ham sacked their best manager they've had in years after he won them the UEFA Conference, and he's gone on to Everton. Look where Everton are now, and look where West Ham are. Spurs had a terrible campaign last season, but won the Europa League, got themselves into the Champions League, and then sacked the manager. And look where they are in the league again. So you tell me that Eddie Howe's doing a bad job when you look at those 2 clubs who have had money to spend as well and have had structure within their football clubs that Newcastle didn't have.
What about what Gary says here? They'll happen. Well, I'm not sure Nick Jackson's sort of area, but they'll happen. I think.
Yeah.
See, that for me, Gary, is where it's wrong. They are an improvement on what you've got right now.
I'd take the lap, but not Jackson.
Jackson isn't half bad though.
I think Jackson's better than anything you've got right now.
Jackson has got a very disciplinary problem that I do not.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
I wouldn't take him. And he wouldn't fit into the Eddie Howe way with his attitude. The lap, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100
I would. Do you know what it is? Emery, like Scott said earlier, could have came to us and saved us. He didn't. He bottled it. Eddie Howe did it, saved us, and did amazing. You know, and I think a lot of people just need to remember the grass isn't always greener. You know, everyone thinks that a new manager is going to come in and all they see is the grass is greener side of things. They don't see the other side of things. I've asked the question to a lot of Newcastle fans. When was the last time Newcastle replaced a manager who was doing well and been successful doing it?
Never.
Exactly. Not in my lifetime. Kevin
Nope.
Keegan replaced with Kenny Dalglish. Disaster. Then replaced by Ruud Gullit. Disaster. Bobby Robson doing really well, hounded out by club and fans because we finished 5th or 6th, I think, in the season. Replaced by Graham Souness. Disaster. Rafa Benitez under Mike Ashley, working miracles. Replaced by Steve Bruce. Disaster. Disaster, disaster, disaster.
There's a
History
running theme.
repeating itself. History repeating itself. Just like the derby on Sunday, we can't fucking beat Sunderland. 8 times they've beat us in the last 11, and they've drawn the other 3. Apart from the FA Cup game, but that doesn't really count.
But Baz,
So-
this is what I was talking about with Martin. Even with the situation we're going through, any manager you get in is going to be a gamble. There's no such thing as a for
is.
sure hire.
No, exactly. This is what I mean, though. You've got to be careful what you wish for. You're in a position where you've got a squad that's very talented. You've got all the makings in the background staff. You're a ready-made football club to carry on winning things, whoever walks through that front door. Newcastle are not a ready-made football club to go on and win things. And the fact that we've won a cup, had 2 Champions League campaigns, got to 2 finals and won 1, I think it's a miracle. Considering we only pay the 8th highest wages in the Premier League. If you pay the 8th highest wages, where would you expect that squad to finish?
True.
Anyone want to hazard a guess? 8th, 7th, at a push, 9th maybe.
Yeah.
We've finished 4th, 7th, and 5th in 3 full seasons. Eddie Howe's been in charge. Do you think that's a failure for the wages that we pay?
Well, I think you also have to. I know we're giving a lot of credit to Eddie Howe. I think even though for all the stick Amanda Stabler got, the players that you have now that a lot of teams want was done by her recruitment. So I think
100%.
I don't think you can just give Eddie Howe all the credit
We
because
don't.
no, I'm just saying like I think it's Eddie Howe
we
and
haven't.
Amanda Stabler that got you guys to this point.
If you watch some of our previous shows where we've talked about the Eddie Howe situation, we've all said our club turned to shit when Dan Ashworth left, Murdad left, and Staveley left. That's when things went wrong.
Yeah.
Because they loved Eddie as well, and they believed in him, and they give him the backing, and they give him the players. They trusted in him, and then when they left, 5 windows without a signing. And that's where the issue is. So, like I say, everyone looks at Eddie Howe because he looks at the run of results, but no one ever looks at the backroom staff and looks at how he's been rewarded for the work that he's done. Yes, he spent 250 million this summer, but he spent it on the last day of the window. Didn't have the full summer, didn't have pre-seasons, lost a player straight away to a knee injury, wasn't able to ease Voltemada into it. Now that's, I mean, I saw a crazy stat. It's something like he started 10 games as a striker and we've scored 22 goals. And when he's not a striker, we've really struggled. There's a crazy stat out there, but everyone points the finger at the manager, which when things do go wrong, that's what everyone does. But then they don't look at the full picture, which is what I believe I do, Scotty does, and Dan does.
Yeah.
And that's why we're different to everybody else.
Yeah, but this is my thing. I think that's what Martin was hinting at earlier. If you guys would have gotten 100 plus 5 for Isaac, but you guys would have got Ikiteki, would you take that?
I would now. As a fan, Yes. As a club, though, they didn't want to see to be weak. They valued Isak at 130, got 125. The club sees that as success. But losing out on, you can take
look
it
at
was
this, guys.
shit.
Three bands in the chat, Enrique.
Mhm.
They're talking about, why don't you go to one company? Why don't Newcastle get Maresca? People ain't going to like this. City's next manager's probably already done. And it ain't going to be the name they all want. But I've said, if he comes in, I will back him. I'm not going to, it's not my first choice, but I'll back him.
And then the other question is, all these fans are saying, "I'll get this manager in, get that manager in, do this, do that." Do they want to come to Newcastle?
Well, that's my thing on company. They're going,
Yeah.
company this, company that. I said,
Why would
company's not at Grimsby Town. He's at Bayern Munich.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's got
He's
all
not
the
at a little club.
When he finally wants another challenge, he's not going to come to Newcastle.
You got to remember, Vincent Kompany, Bayern Munich took the gamble on Kompany, and Pep say so as well. And the simple fact is, Bayern Munich don't normally go and get a manager who relegated to Burnley. That isn't Burnley's. That is not Bayern Munich's MO normally. They normally go and get the guys that are either the board are happy with or the one things. They took a gamble on Kompany. Kompany's forever grateful for that. He's not just going to leave Bayern Munich in the shit.
No.
Bayern
You
Munich.
got to give credit to Bayern for taking that risk.
They're a football club with massive history and traditions and everything. And this thing of where Manchester City just ditched Bayern Munich in his cup. Tough titty, said the kidder. The same with Enrique. He's at PSG. He's not sat managing Tranmere Rovers.
Yeah.
I get we want them all, but sorry, maybe it is. There's a reason Maresca has not took a job yet. There's a reason, and it's factual, by the way. It's come out in Maresca's departure from Chelsea that there was a meeting with Manchester City. That has come out officially. There was a meeting with Manchester City people. What's he doing having a meeting with City people while he's manager of Chelsea?
Yeah.
I've not heard that about Kompany. I've not heard that about Enrique. I've not heard that about anyone. So, you guys, you might have to accept that it is probably going to be Maresca. But that's, if we're going to back the board on this, we back the board on it. It's not my first choice, but I'm going to back him when he turns up. The days of Pep Guardiola are coming to an end, sadly. They're coming to an end, and I'm going to cry like a baby when it happens. This is why I've been so adamant on this channel. Me, Pat, Ed, Rich, Ozzy, we've all been so adamant of stop the Pep shit. He's crap. He's over the hill. He's finished. Because when he goes, you're going to know what pain is. You're going to come back down to reality with a bump. Some of you are going to come back down to reality with a thud.
Apparently, Man United are signing Ferland Lopez.
Yeah, I mean that's not going to mean that we're not going to be competitive. That doesn't mean that we're not going to be.
Yeah, we're not saying. Yeah. But the days of winning 6-7 league titles in 10, they ain't going to be there anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
And what's wrong with bringing a manager in that knows the ins and outs of the club as well too, given his success in the academy as well? And for all the inconsistencies that Chelsea had with him as manager there, they still walked away with 2 respectable trophies. There's nothing wrong with that. And you could talk about, it's the Donald Trump Cup, what they won over in the States, whatever. And they won the Conference League and people try to downplay things like that as well too. But you got to beat what's in front of you. And if you end up winning those respective competitions, and it's only going to help your, it's only going to help you when you want to take the step further on to bigger and better things. I don't think there's anything wrong.
Don't have a go at me about that, Lily. I'm one of the best.
See, that's what I was talking to Martin about in his space, right? Like he knows the academy, he knows the backroom staff. Yep. It makes an easier transition, right?
Exactly.
And and that's important to City about that transition and about knowing the academy and stuff like that. That's why I was a fan of Fabregas, because of the work he does with youth.
Cambridge Blues got it. Cambridge Blues got it. Saturday. Listen, I can only go off what's been said by everyone locally, Pardo. not saying it's 100% going to happen. And listen, I pray he extends.
Yeah,
But
we all do. We all do.
we all want him to extend, Pardo, 100%, mate. But yes, Pep has had an input into Maresca.
Man, if you also look at it this way too, you just think of all the managers that, the chat and ourselves have been mentioning as well too. It's like Maresca, influenced by Pep. Luis Enrique, influenced by Pep. Vincent Kompany, heavily influenced by Pep. Whichever one you go through those three, and there's even a possibility that we may have all three come through in the future of our club, say over the next maybe 1 or 2 decades. There's always going to be some sort of legacy from what Pep did at this club filtering through that club for a long time to come.
It would surprise me if Pep actually has a say on who the next manager will be as well.
Well, he will know he has, Baz. And that's
No,
where
yeah,
Maresca-
he definitely would have, bro.
Baz, that's where Maresca's come from.
Well, there you go then. Right, guys, I have to shoot because it's bedtime.
Yeah, I know what he's, mate. Baz, tell everyone where they can find you.
In bed.
No, anyway, but
in bed.
I don't think
the lining up around the block, mate. Yeah.
I don't think they're coming to bed with you, mate. Jesus, Baz. That's the show.
You know where I am. We'll be live tomorrow night on Through Black and White Eyes talking about Eddie Howe, Eddie, and definitely not. And the amount of weirdos that we get around here. No, thanks.
He's not in Newcastle, I'll put it that way, boys and girls. So good luck. You've got the rest of the country to find him.
Exactly. Through Black and White Eyes, we want to come over. Tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about Eddie in, Eddie out. Fans Forum. I'm going to stay quiet and let everybody else have their say for a change. Yes. But we'll see you next week.
Oh, do you want to tell everyone about this new show change? Because we're not doing Fridays
Tuesday
anymore.
night now. I need my Fridays back for our look ahead shows. So next Tuesday, we'll be on our side. I guess we'll be talking about England and shite that's going on. I'll think of something fun to do.
Arnie Slot, that's who you should get as your next manager.
No way.
Good night.
Whoa.
That's me out too. Right. Good night, guys. Good night, everybody.
Night.
See you later.
Cheers,
Have a good one.
Right, should we stay on for a little bit? It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, we can stay on and maybe talk like
We don't get
how
cut
long
off,
was
so we might as well take it while we got it.
Yep. Take it while you can.
how long was Maresca the assistant manager? The number 2?
2.5, 3.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Listen, I want Pep to stay. 1,000%. I want Pep to stay. I couldn't go up and listen. You know, I hear tidbits. You know I do. And it's some are wrong, some you can change. But right now, the talk is Pep is going to leave in the next year or 2, and it will be Maresca.
So Maresca's willing to wait an additional. Maresca's willing to wait an additional year if needed.
Well, he's been offered other jobs at the minute, Ed, and he's turned them down. But British shows even confirmed.
No, I mean Man City. Man City is that type of job that you would wait for, right?
That's what I'm saying. Well, why is he turning other jobs down?
Maresca was
He's
only at the
clearly got
academy for
another
1
job
year.
lying somewhere.
Maresca was only at the academy for 1 season.
No, but then what year and it was Pep's assistant, wasn't it?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, the Luis Enrique happening, Yusuf.
Yeah.
It was a miracle we were able to do business with PSG for Donnarumma.
Big up, Nick. Yeah. But I don't know. Listen, this is always going to be a touchy subject. This is why I said 6 months ago, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Everyone was going, but we've got these standards. We've got to progress. We've got to do this. People thought getting rid of Pep immediately just brought Luis Enrique in the door. And it was never happening.
But wait, wasn't the 4 center backs? Wasn't that Maresca's idea, or was that Arteta? No, that was Maresca. No,
that was Maresca because Maresca was Maresca came in as Pep's assistant in June 2022, so he was there for the treble season.
Yeah, so I think he's the one who put up the idea, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean,
listen, people can wish for Enrique all they want. They're not getting him. So listen, Tony, Enrique. I got given, and Tone has, and other people have, were given a list of names ages ago. Enrique wasn't on it. Nagelsmann was on it.
Yes, I remember that.
Nagelsmann's on it. But the names on it were Company, Maresca. I don't know what these are the names. Maresca, Michel at Girona. Fabregas was on it, yes, but he was lower down.
Hey, Como's fourth right
Nagelsmann.
now in Serie A, by the way. Como's fourth.
There was Nagelsmann, Maresca, Michel, Company, Maresca. Enrique was not on it. Oh, Amorim they did look at, but then obviously it changed.
And this is my whole thinking too, right? Like, the guy I'm thinking about who might benefit from this change the most, and this might sound crazy, and I know you guys might come back at me for this. It might be Phil Foden.
Yep. Possible.
You know, it might be Phil. You know, it might be Phil Foden who needs a fresh face, a fresh, you know, a set position.
I don't know, Cameron. Pep's indicated he's going to stay, but the news is, all I've been told is it'll be Pep's decision. The board don't want Pep to leave. The board do not want Pep to leave.
Of course. Yeah,
but it's Pep's choice to leave. Pep's done so much for the football club. He's allowed to make that choice.
Yeah, you're not going to hold him hostage.
And everyone's going, but he's excited. You could also look the other way. Why is he bringing his daughter out on the pitch with him? And having moments like that. So, listen, I want him to stay. I'd love him to say, how the bloody hell is Michelle on these lists? It's part of CFG, LG. He's part of the CFG, and that is a big thing for the board. Pochettino, no. Listen,
No.
Enrique will be out of contract next year. Yeah, but it ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Big up Simo Sups for the 27. Hope you are well, mate. Hope you are well. Big up to you and thank you for your continued support. Will Haaland stay? Maresca comes. Well, we'll see. Was Alonso never on the list? He's been on and off it. On and off it. Would you probably bring back Manuel Pellegrini? No, because apparently he's not too well at the minute.
I've heard that too.
So we wish him all the best. Pep's still accused
Sorry, while I'm here, I just had it. Bring back fucking Mancini.
Let's bring back Brian Orton. Bring back Brian Orton.
Yeah.
I would hold Pep hostage if I was the board. Yeah, they're not like that.
Hologram of Allison and Mercer.
They are, Nick. The 1894 should do a TIFO save Pep. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Maybe he just needs a break, Sanchez. Maybe he just needs a break. Maybe he just needs a break from it all. And that's why I say Arteta's not on the list. Piss off. No. No.
Hey, man, you never know. Pep might do a remontada after a few years. You never know.
I will say this. If you need your football fix, on this Saturday, the 28th of April, this Saturday, there are still 350 tickets to go and watch City women play at the Swamp. If you want to go and join that, you can get tickets now. They are £15 for adults, £10 for kids, and you are in the away end at Old Trafford. So you get to go and watch City women against United women in the derby at Old Trafford, the Swamp.
Big game too, because I think if we win it, it's you're only like maybe 2 wins away from the women winning the league.
Yeah, 28th of March. Thank you, Bia. Yeah, and if I share my screen, I can show you these. Obviously, if you're local, or if you want to, if you're in about Manchester as well, go and give the ladies a shout. But as you can see here, The tickets are 323 in E233. And there you go with E238 in your seats there. 15. So you can go into there. And there's the away end at Old Trafford. Plenty of seats. Plenty of seats to go and have. Take your kids if you want. I just think it's a good way to go to the derby as well. You got yours for £9. Yeah, I get mine there. No, I'm out this weekend, mate. I'm out. WSL champs, otherwise I would be there. I would love to be there. 1894 will be all over it if some news. Go on, Nick, give us a bell in a bit. I might have an idea for you. Martin, please take our Arteta back. He came from your club, so it'll be just like biblical prodigal son. Piss off. You've been telling us about the what's the word? The master and the apprentice, and the apprentice had overtaken the master.
Yeah, the light bulb. Look at the light bulb.
And you got to squeeze the lemons.
Yeah, Klopp's never coming back to England, mate. He'll never manage in the Premier League again, I don't think.
No.
But yeah, question on that. Elisa. Isn't it weird how Liverpool have been linked with Elise and Salah announces he's out the door and they're cancelling his contract after he signs a contract, 400 grand a week. Hello, Diddy. Let's all get going.
No, it was a 2-year extension, wasn't it? And this season, he's got one season left, hasn't he?
His first year.
But
No, this is his first year in action.
They're cancelling it off. He's going.
He had one more year. Yeah, he would have had one more year, Pat. One more. Yeah, one more year.
He's going on a free. Wow. Okay.
Cancelling his contract.
Mm.
No, they're definitely trying to free up. Yeah.
I think they're going for Elisa. Which will piss some City fans off. It's like, why are we not going for Elisa?
Yeah. No, but that's all right because if they get Elise, then they're not focusing on their defense.
They've already bought a defender, haven't they?
Yeah, and he's been out all season.
Yeah, he's going to come back from a shoulder surgery. No, I mean, just because they're going to target Elise doesn't mean they get him either. So, I mean, we've targeted a lot of players. It depends on the price. Byron,
I bet him. I don't think they will get him unless they're going to.
But if they do, it's going to be like a 300. It's a 320 million pound front three.
Well, Venom, you've got to understand something. The price Elise will pay is the price City won't pay. Liverpool will pay bigger than we will pay.
Yeah, they're going to ask for like 130. They're going to ask for like 130.
He ain't paying 130. He's not available to us, Venom. We won't pay it. We didn't think he was worth 65 million when he went to Bayern. You think we're paying double that? No chance.
Wait, did he go to Bayern for 65? I thought it was less than that. I thought it was like 40. It was like 50 or something.
No, it was 65 for the Prem. It was 65 for the Prem, but if it went out,
yeah. Oh yeah, but it was less kind of. Yeah, it's always less kind of Europe. Yeah.
I keep saying it. I think City won't do these silly prices. I think they have a ceiling.
Yeah. I think we're back to the days of release clauses and never paying more than about 70 million.
They won't pay 100 million for Bruno. They wouldn't pay the money for Florian Wirtz. And now you all think we're just going to whack the money down for Elisa. They wouldn't pay the money for Wirtz. They won't pay the money for Rice. Guys, you've got to follow a pattern. They wouldn't pay the money for Declan Rice. They wouldn't pay the money for Wirtz. They wouldn't pay the money for Elisa. They wouldn't pay them. Guys, you've got to follow this.
Yeah, I think the highest we'll probably go for a player is probably 80 to 90, that range. I think that's the...
Yildiz would be a shout. And I think you get Yildiz for... Pat, can you run it? I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, no worries. Now I've got to stop being comfortable. Yeah, sorry, we were saying?
Yeah, I mean, Yildiz is a... But see, I don't think we need another tweener, right? I just want a player that plays in one position. I think we have enough multiple positional players. Right? If you want a left winger, go get a left winger.
Oh, so you're saying if we did, then somebody else would have to go.
Yeah, like it. You already have Semenyo that can play on both sides. You already have Savinho that can play on both sides. You already have Doku that can play on both sides. You know, you want
And Elise
another.
only plays on the right, doesn't
You
he?
want another yeah, at least they only plays on the right.
And then plays on the right, so
And the 10.
he lacks the versatility. That's the sort of thing that if you have that, then you're going to be on City's radar.
Yeah, I mean that's the same thing with Yildiz, right? He can play left and he can play in the 10.
Yeah. No, okay.
You know?
Yeah, fair enough.
You already have Phil Foden.
Again, it's like I know you said like just looking at it from the outside, but like Liverpool, we said this when they were too busy getting Isak. It's like, why didn't you focus your time and your resources on building your defense and that? And then you sign that young fella Leone from Parma. Then he's out the whole season, and then all the pressure's on Konate and aging Van Dijk to try and defend your title. And then you don't learn from your mistakes, and then you're going to go out there and get Elise. Now, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with getting Elise in your squad. That's fantastic. But I think there's bigger issues behind those players in terms of, especially in the number 6 role and in defense.
Yeah, their midfield and defense does need okay. So they don't sign Konate. Their starting center back partnership is going to be what? Jacqua and an aging Van Dijk. That's going to be their center back partnership. They
need more defensive depth in my opinion. I mean, if Newcastle are making the effort to try and bolster their defense over the last window and that last summer window and that, then I can't see. I'm really surprised why Liverpool wouldn't do the same. Hughes is asking how much Mamouche for. Well, we got him for 60-65, so I don't know if you sold him for maybe a little bit more, 70-75.
Yeah.
Because there's a damn good player there. He just can't get in. It's just obviously Haaland's in the way a lot of the time. Yeah. But I don't know.
I mean, Pat, what are your thoughts about the title race? Is it done?
I probably agree with Martin. I'm not going to talk about it until either the team gets us back in it or Arsenal start dropping points again.
Okay.
Or I will bring up the conversation when we get to mid-April when we play them at the Etihad. We'll just wait and see. I don't think there's any point talking about it now because a lot of things can change for the better or for the worse. So until it actually happens, there's no point talking about it. And the only problem is because it's an international break, it's probably end up going to be conversation because, as we know, we get bored very quickly when it's international breaks. And especially if it's the same old transfer, it's the same old summer break. Oh, sorry, international break where surely there'll be slow news days. It'll be 1-1-5 or Pep leaving, or some players had a falling out with the club that even the player doesn't know about.
Yeah,
we already know it. And if you don't, if you don't know about it, then I'm glad we're the ones to tell you about how this sort of shit works every time we have an international break. So. I don't know.
So Pat,
I'm thinking about going to watch Australia play on Friday night. They're playing Cameroon. It'll actually be a good game.
Oh, that does sound like a good game.
Yeah, hopefully our boys can do Brian and Boimo for a few. Yeah.
So, but I actually have to drop. I gotta go see a client and stuff. So
yeah, it's
hold down the fort, Pat.
Of course, you know, mate, better than anybody.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, all good. Yeah. I hope everybody's been all right. Apologies for being away for a while. I just sort of jump on here and have a quick word. Look, I've got to be honest with you. Like, just with my line of work, sometimes I don't get the most favorable work schedules when it comes to being on shows here. And that's been the case for the last week or two. I just had early morning starts here, which is obviously when Martin does his shows in the evening over in the UK. And then finally, when I get a chance to have evenings off, say like to do like Blues Down Under or something, then I'm back at work. Like my schedule changes. So just had a really bad run of schedule. It should be better over the next few weeks anyway too. But yeah, I thought I'd just come on here anyway because on top of that as well too, my dad's in hospital at the moment. He's got cellulitis of the left forearm, so it's just swollen like buggery at the moment. So he's currently up at Sydney Hospital up in the CBD. Just getting some tests done, some blood work and things like that. Don't think it needs to be operated, but he did message me just before during the show and said he thinks he'll probably get checked out today, and probably get checked out of the hospital today. So sounds promising, but we'll just wait and see. But if anybody knows about cellulitis and that, it's not good. Like it's a bit of an ugly thing to have. So appreciate any concerns. I'd say wish him a speedy, but he's an old stubborn meal just like myself. So fair play to him. He'll be back soon, and I'll be doing the same one here as well.
Spot, mate. Yeah, I just want to say thoughts and prayers are with your dad. Please send them to us.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I think he'll be all right. He's as I said, mate, he's as stubborn as they come.
Yeah. I'm just trying to say that. Oh, have a look. Nick Jackson is a big name manager and available. No, where were we up to? We'll do another 5 minutes. I might do a space tonight. I was trying to do one the other night and it collapsed like an absolute sardine tin. It didn't.
I would say no, but international breaks cause us to do stupid things, weird things, silly things.
Oh yeah. Listen, we're doing them as a one-off, but the other day it didn't work. So
yeah.
No, I don't mean that the connection was all over the gaff. Twitter just died. So I said I was going to do one. Big up, Lynette. Take care, mate. No, there is no stateside tomorrow. We're going to give the lads a week off. So no stateside tomorrow. Also, no Thursday night chat. We're going to give the guys a little bit of a break. Well, for me, give me a break as well. Let me just have a couple of, because as you know, I've been through a lot over the last few weeks myself, and I've come back with a bang. And I just want to slow it down and take this time while we can. We're back on Friday, though, with a massive show. Don't forget, people do want to know about this one. With this one, obviously, 90 minutes with me, Tone, and Big Steve. He's going to be back on the channel from Friday, 2 p.m. So that'll be good. So come and join us for that. We'll be talking Pep, Cup final, everything as we're going along. So that'll be on Friday at 2 p.m. And then next week, we'll back to normal. We'll see where we are. We'll try and get Blues down under. We'll be back with stateside. All that will be back next week. So, so tomorrow, I think I'm doing a show tomorrow on Judge Mo. And then that's it.
Nothing different over Easter, because I mean Easter's only 2 weeks away, week away.
No, because we've got games, haven't we?
Yeah.
Got games over Easter.
If anything, some of us should be more available, so that's good.
Yeah, and listen, like I said, you don't have to just see me. You don't just have to see me, by the way, doing these. Pat said we got time. He can host his own shows, or as he can, you know that.
I thought you were doing a John Cena quote reference there for a second.
You can't see me. Ash has got withdrawal symptoms. No, Man City for 2 weeks, I know. But that's why I said the women are playing on Saturday. Get yourself down to Old Trafford if you can.
Mm-hmm. And the women need the support because they're like I said, they're only a couple of wins away from clinching that WSL title, the title that they've been dying to win for the last few years.
Yes, I do think it. I think if Pep does leave, I think the new manager will have insight into the new guys. Yeah. I just think they'll be big. I will say it again. I'm not going to name things. There's things I've heard. I'm not going to name them because I don't think it's the time or the place. I think this summer will be one of the biggest summers in and out we've ever seen at the football club for a while. That could be on and off the pitch. I think there's just players who will leave who people won't expect. There'll be players that come that people may not know, and it's just the way it is. Like I said, maybe this squad, which is sad, this version of Manchester City. So we'll see. We'll see. But don't. I'm just looking, didn't you? don't ever lose faith in what this club is. I know people may be upset, they may be emotional, they may be everything else, and I get the standards and everything else. But what people got to realise is that we're Manchester City. And the badge counts. And that's what we're about. And if it is what it is, let's just enjoy it. The weekend was a great, great weekend for me. Tremendous weekend. Loved it. Want more of it. It is. It's a unique club. It is. I got reminded of that last Tuesday and last Sunday. It reminded me. And there's an old, like the song goes, you never know what you have until it's gone.
Mm.
Just always remember that. Remember that.
Mm.
It's like this Donnarumma Trafford stuff that I'm hearing now. A load of garbage. We've got two keepers. It is what it is. People having to go at Donnarumma for making the odd mistake. Well, Trafford's made mistakes. Well, Donnarumma's good at things. Well, Trafford's it's stupid. And the biggest debate that annoys me the most is people were saying, we're having to go at Edison for the ball kicking, and now they're having to go at Donnarumma for his distribution when they weren't bothered about distribution in the summer. Now they were, you know, people were sending, not anyone in here, but there were some people sending death threats to Edison because he wasn't shot stopping. We get a shot stopper. Now he's shit. Let's go back to Trafford. People are flip-flopping all over the gaff. It's crazy. Me and Tom were joking about this earlier. We said people were moaning about not having a shot stopper. Now they want to get rid of the shot stopper and go back to the way we was before. We might as well have kept Edison. It's crazy. But instead, we'll death threat Edison out the door and send a load of shit to his family. It's like flip-flop, 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 switch, 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 switch. Just Jesus. Let's just enjoy everyone. Crazy, crazy. I find it a bit madness.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we might have 2 more trips to Wembley. Yeah, it's not going to do my bank balance any good. I'd love to end it all at Wembley in May if he does go. But I pray he extends. I pray he does, Rose. And by the way, blessings, Rose. I hope you're okay. This might sound a bit nutty, but I feel relaxed about the rest of the season. The lads have run sun in the competing. There you go.
Yep.
Good evening, Governor. Good morning to you. He sat outside his pool. Yep, a dynasty ending. Spot on. Anyway, Pat, final thoughts? We'll wrap up.
No, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for having you on your own channel.
Yeah, look, no, I got to say, yeah, despite just a chaotic couple of weeks, what a way to, make things right again, make things feel better, winning silverware. I wanted this Carabao as much as anything just because of what it may entail over the next few months. So I'm excited and also calm because we finally got some silver. We got some silverware again. Feel good about what we're doing. Also prepared the fact that there is some inconsistency still there, especially in the league. So I'm just quite happy to take it at a stride and enjoy it for what it is. And as you're saying, possibility of a dynasty ending. Let's just take it all in. Let's just drink it in, enjoy it while it lasts, because it might be a while before we see anything this good again. So just accept things for what they are and be grateful for what has happened and what will continue to happen, and also have a lot of fun doing it, because that's what we do as City fans.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Spot on. I was hoping wasn't Luke meant to be on tonight? What happened to Luke's stream tonight?
Oh, hopefully too, by the time next season starts, we'll know about 115 as well.
Yeah. What we're going to do is, I'll tell you where we're going to send you all. We're going to send you all over to Tariq. Tariq's doing a calling show. So it may not do a space. I may just go on the calling show. I forgot Tariq's doing his calling show. But by the way, we've had over 1,500 people watching tonight. So big up for that. Really do appreciate that. Minutes. So get over to Tariq Peterson's channel. You all know who he is. I'm just going to set you up there.
Mr. Shades of Blue.
Mr. Shades of Blue himself. There you go. That starts in literally 15 of the English minutes. You never know. I might appear on there. Got it? Are we done? Super. There we go. Super. Amazing. Fantastic. Right. I just want to say thank you all for joining us. I'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow on Footy Judge Mo. We'll be back Friday now for the shows. So we'll see you on Friday for the Tone Show. Nothing tomorrow. Nothing on
Stateside.
Thursday. We'll be back Friday. With me, Tone, and Steve. No stateside. No. So big up to you all. I may do a space. If I'm on Tariq's, I won't be doing a space. So anyway, big up all. As always, up the Blues. We love this football club. Smash those likes. And by the way, Mankway raid in the comments over on Tariq's channel. Big up, Paul. Take care.
Mankway. Yep.
Mankway.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, you don't want to spoonerism. You look right. You look like one.
Bye.
Bye.